get this started. First of all, I'll pick the Bengals, and I think they're picking this high. But this is what this Mike Dress simulator has. I just think this is my favorite Mike Dress simulator, so I just like to use this one. I'm still using them. But yeah, for first we got the Bengals. Even if I don't think they will hit you first overall, I don't think they're gonna be that bad. So yeah, like they're 2-2 though. So yeah, but yeah, they could go right out. Like they could go right receiver, but I don't think they will just because I think they like Andre Isobas and Jermaine Burton, and actually they still have Jamar Chase. So I don't think they will, but it's just I just don't think they will. So I think they could go edge just because they have Trangerson, they have Sam Hubbard, they also have Miles Murphy, but Miles Murphy still with the injury isn't showing a ton. Definitely needs to upgrade over Hubbard and potential replacement for Hendrickson and like could future duo up this guy and Miles Murphy. So I don't give him James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee edge rusher. I think that's Indianapolis Colts. Another team, they're not going to pick this side. Like, top two picks unless they turn around are going to be Giants and the Panthers. It's just they're that bad. But yeah, so it has them. So I got the Indianapolis Colts here. They could definitely could use some help in their run D, but I just don't think they would draft them too high, just like interior defensive lineman too high, just because they still have Doris Buckner and um Grover Stewart. So I don't think they'll draft them too high, but they could definitely use some outside corner help because they're finding Slavic anymore. Got Richard Brent, he's unproven, and they can yes, I'm not credit their number two corner. Chandler's a good player, but I think he's primarily going to be right out. So I don't give him Will Johnson, quarterback out of Michigan. Now I got the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis, like he's if they had like if it wasn't for his costly turnovers, Titans probably are 2-0. They or at least have won but one of those games. Like they for sure beat the Bears, maybe the Jets as well though. Just their those turnovers are terrible. So I don't give them. Hopefully their future court. I don't give them. Well, hopefully an upgrade over Levis. I'm not giving their future quarterback in the future. Not going Carson Beck, and not giving going Shadur Sanders. I'm going Cameron Ward, quarterback in Miami, Florida. He's had a really good year. I think he's going to keep that up and be one of the top quarterbacks in this draft class, if not the top. So I'm going to go Jacksonville Jaguars. Another team like two close games. Like they barely lost to the Browns. They had lead for most of the game against the Dolphins. They barely lost to the Browns this last week. But another team that could very easily be 2-0, but obviously they're not. So yeah, like they can definitely use another safety, but that's too high for me, Malachi Starks. Really, because I just don't think a lot of teams are just that high on the safeties. I don't think they would draft them top five. So yeah, but I think they use upgrade tackle. Like they got Antoine Harrison, they still Cam Robinson. You can definitely use upgrade over Robinson. Get cheaper, better player at tackle. I don't give them Will Campbell tackle LSU. Now, New York Giants. They need a quarterback. Like I would have loved for Ford to still be here for them, but obviously it didn't work out. Titans, I just think Titans need to get replace Levis with how bad he's been so far. So, but the Giants really need a quarterback, so I don't give him a QB. I don't give him Carson Beck, QB out of Georgia. Like the Carolina Panthers, had they like if with them benching Bryce Young, they'd be taking quarterback eventually. Probably, I just don't think they'd take. I think it's too early for Shadur Sanders. So instead of doing it here, I'm gonna try. Hopefully, somebody falls in the second round. They're not gonna do that, but they could really use one. Instead, I want to give them some just overall help. Like they are like there's some corner help if that's what he ends up being. They could also use some definitely use our receiver help because Thielen's on a 1 year. Was only have 1 year deal, 1 year left on his deal. Was after this draft, and they can use an upgrade over him anyways because they have audio. So and they can use him a corner. So either way, they can use him. So I'm not giving Travis Hunter corner out of Travis wide receiver out of Colorado. Doesn't matter what position he plays. They could use the help either way. I'll get the Baltimore Ravens. Their team, they're not picking this high. They like this should be if they're in the late second round. I consider running back just because Henry is only they'll have 1 year left in his deal and he's in his 30s. So how much longer can he be a great player? By not taking a running back this high. So I think So, Kellen Banks is consideration. Like they just invested a pick, high pick, and one of their tackles. They still have Ronnie Stanley, so I don't think they would do that quite yet. Maybe in 2026 if Stanley still has some injuries and they're tied to just draft this struggle still. I don't give him some wide receiver help. Like Isaiah Flowers, Top Bateman is very inconsistent. Like they gave him a new contract, but I'm giving some help there. I'm not giving Terrell, McMillan, my receiver. I got Denver Broncos. They Travis Hunter would be perfect here because they could use help on both positions. So yeah, like they really could use some help both from my receiver, but he's gone, so I can't take him even if I wanted to. So yeah, taking into consideration they can use some help to your defensive line. Well, let's look. Who did they Broncos like to your offensive line? They have Jack Allen, DJ Jones, John Pickett Myers. You can definitely use a little upgrade over some of those guys. You also use smart receiver help. I'm higher on Graham than Burden. So I'm gonna give him Mason Graham, the lineman out of Michigan. I look at LA Rams. Team that's dealing with like 100 injuries right now. Seems like seriously, they're done with so many injuries. It is crazy. Considering Shadur Sanders, but they could also use some tackle. Like they're good on interior. They don't really need it there. We could definitely use an upgrade over Ravenstein. Well, Ravenstein's fine, but he's not getting up there. Definitely over like Jackson and um John News. Boom. Just they could just help. So I'm not giving him some tackle up. I don't give him helping Banks tackle off Texas. Not gonna watch the Commanders. Like this is perfect that Luther Burden fell here because I think outside Terry McLaurin, they really need wide receiver help. They could also use some corner help, but I'm just higher. I think they can really both of them are kind of close on how what they need, like how big they need those positions. I'm higher in Burden than Morrison, so I'll give them Luther Burden wide receiver on Mizzou. Give Jaden Daniels some help. Give him some more weapons. Now I got Cleveland Browns. Generating tackle just because all the injuries they keep it seemed like they're always dealing with, but I think it's too early for Aaron Jones right now, from my opinion. Too early for Mekabuka to get a potential replacement for Mark Cooper if he leaves. I think I considering the edge is to get potential defense Darius Smith. I don't give him some help in tier defensive line. Get a guy outside opposite Thompson, eventual replacement for him. I don't give him the alignment Georgia, Mikel Williams. He can also play some edge if you need him to. Like the Chicago Bears, their team they could definitely use some D line to like help. Devon Dexter's been good, but he's not great. Could use a great, potentially use a great player. But you can also use an edge opposite of Montez Sweat. You don't really have a good one. You have some fine players. You don't really have a good one. So I'm gonna give some edge shelves. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give Nick Scorts an edge out of Texas A&M. Like the Dallas Cowboys. I think they could use upgraded running back, but it's a little early for running back, especially with how good this running back class is. That help that some lower them. So I don't think they're gonna do that. Is in consideration though. I'm gonna please D line help because also Duzua is a free agent. Mozzie Smith has not done much. So yeah, I don't think they still have Demarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. So I don't think they would go an edge. So I'm not giving us an interior defensive line help just because it's a little early for me for running back or wide receiver here at 13. So I'm not giving Dean Walker, D lineman out of Kentucky. I like the Miami Dolphins. Like if Tua ends up retiring, I would go Shadur here. I just it sounds like he isn't, so I'm not. I just don't go up. He's not like until he officially announced it. I'm assuming he's not going to retire because that's what he said. So I'm not going to go QB here. Here's some D line help, but yeah, like I think it's a little high for Kenneth Grant. It's getting closer. I'd take him. I think it's a little early. Someone do that. That could help. Like they got Austin Jackson, Trent Armstead. Armstead's always injured. Jackson's all right. So I don't know. So yeah, I don't think they invest in guard. They just don't really tend to do it until you're. So I'm not giving some tackle help. Maybe keep Armstead and Jackson for another year and help just have Jones develop. So I'm not giving Emory Jones Jr. a tackle up LSU. That guy like Raiders, this is easy. Gardner Minshew looks okay, but he's a good backup, all right starter. I don't give him a guy who can hopefully will be a great starter. I don't give it to Drew Sanders QB out of Colorado. Now we got a Green Bay Packers. Benjamin Forreston's falling. Like they could use some corner help. Derek Stokes free agent. Alexander's had some struggles. So I'm not giving that. I'm not giving Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame. He was falling a little bit. Not anymore. Now we got the Detroit Lions. I want to take a Duke Carter. It's probably not where he goes. I'm giving that edge opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. I'm giving a Duke Carter edge of Penn State. I don't give him that. Then I get a San Francisco 49ers. I don't think they end up picking here like this high. Like if Emory Jones was still here, I would take him. I think it's a little early for Ariante Arizona here. I think it'd be late first, early second, but I don't think he's mid first just yet. So I'm not gonna go there. I don't think they'd go D lineman this high just because that. Cause interior, Afghan interior was a little high for Jonah. No, that's how I pronounce his last name because I know I'll butcher it. I'll go corner just because the guys who Rivers Ward, John Ray Nor, but it could use a little bit of upgrade outside of them. You know what? I don't give them some interior and let the line help. They could do some upgrade on interior offensive line. So I'm not giving Jonah as Sav. Interior offensive lineman out of Arizona. I got Philadelphia Eagles here. I am a linebacker. I just don't think they're. I think as long as Tyler Owens is their GM, I don't think they're ever going to be drafting a linebacker this high. I just don't think that. Well, he never has. I don't think he's going to start now. I just don't think he will. They could definitely use an upgrade over Reed Blankenship and maybe even CJ Gunner Johnson. It's going to give him a little help at safety just because it's a little high for my next edge here. I don't think they would go a linebacker, even if I think this is a good range for him. I just don't think they will. So I'm going to give him safety Malachi Starks out Georgia here. Now I get the New England Patriots. It's definitely they definitely need a tackle, but still a little early for me on Ariante Urzuri. Hopefully he'll fall to if they find a good tackle with their second round pick, hopefully. I just don't think he's going to go this high yet. Maybe he has a great rest of the year. He will. I just don't think he's going to be there yet. I'm not getting some receiver help. Like they used a lot of picks on my receiver, but none super high, and I'm not super high. And this guy's really drafted. So I'm going to give him Emeka Ubuka, my receiver out of Ohio State. Now I got the New York Jets. They, you know, and they could really put the extra quarterback replacement for Rodgers, especially if this is his last year. We don't know. This is his last year on his contract, so he could retire. But I don't. And if he doesn't, give him your quarterback year to develop. You know what? I don't assume Rodgers plays another year and hope a quarterback falls to you in the second round. I don't give him a great tight end over Tyler Conklin. I don't give him Colston Loveland tight end in Michigan. You got the Arizona Cardinals here. Yeah, they need some D line help. Like they drafted Darius Robinson, especially edge. You like sign some like depth guys, like rotational starters. Not anything great. I'm not giving it to your defensive line help. I'm not giving Kenneth Crowder on a Michigan. Now we got the Atlanta Falcons here. Yeah, it's too early for next whiteout. So I'm not giving Snedge help. A lot of people thought they should have drafted the guy. They should have drafted somebody in the top with their eighth overall pick at edge. I'm gonna do that this time a little later, but yeah, I'm not giving Landon Jackson edge out Arkansas. Now that Kansas City Chiefs. Dang, there's a lot more 2-0. There's a lot of 2-0 teams I didn't realize. I knew there's a few. I just didn't realize there's this many. At this point, we can tell the teams are 2-0 at this point in the season. So we got the Chiefs. Literally, I don't think they take Tyreek Williams. Like they invest a lot of corner, not to say super high picks. I think they've invested enough not draft one super high. So I'm not. I just don't think they would do that. Um, could use evaluation for Trey Smith if he leaves. I also don't think they would draft him this high. I don't know, give him a potential developmental tackle though. I don't know, give him Arian Theory. You maybe keep Teron Taylor for a year or don't another year and the Hosiery develops. Either way, you got your future tackle duel with him and Mania Morris or Kingsley Sumayato or something like that. Because Kingsley was benched week 2, so we'll see. I don't give him tackle either way. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers, Justin Fields has looked good so far. So I don't think I think that if they assuming they extend him, I don't think they would. I think they're not if he keeps this up. I don't think they're going to extend him. So I just don't think they would draft one. Could definitely use a corner just because they got Joey Porter Jr. Outside of him, they don't have much. Like they've tried, but they haven't really found the true number 2 corner. Because he was wide receiver, a little higher on some of these corners, and I mean on the next wide receiver. So I just don't think. I think they're going to keep with Fields. I'm gonna give him corner help. I'm gonna give him to Carriel Davis, corner of Arizona. Now I get a Houston Texans. If there's potential for a running back just because they have a potential out with Mixon, they want. That he's doing. Assuming he comes back fully healthy, I don't think. I think they will keep him for another year just because he did good week 1. He did all right week 2 when he was healthy, but he didn't play because of his injury. So I'm not giving some tier defensive line help just because D'Amico Ryan's San he love that have that D line help like depth. So I'm not giving that. I'm not giving Tyreek Williams at Ohio State. Now I got the Minnesota Vikings. Right, too early for our next D lineman, so not gonna do that. Um, and what? I'll do consideration for running back just because if Jones walks, because they got Ty Chandler, but he's doing good so far, but he hasn't shown he can be good number 1. Just like the last time the Vikings like invested with like a guy who showed flashes good number 2, but tried to have him be a number 2, he didn't do good. Like you have Tanner Madison, but I just think they need a lot more corner, and they'll just hopefully they bring back Aaron Jones because Shaquille Griffin, Brian Murphy, and Stephon Gilmore are all 1 year deals. So even if you bring out one of them, you probably and you're in 2, you probably don't bring back all of them. So I don't give him some corner help. I don't give him Siobhan Ravel Jr. of East Carolina. Now we get the New Orleans Saints. How Derek Carr is doing, I don't think they would draft the quarterback at this high. Just because Derek Carr's been good so far. He's been inconsistent over his career, but I think he's done well enough. Just give them not at least not to draft the quarterback in the first round, and maybe they really like Spencer Rattler. So I'm not giving some wide receiver help outside Chris Olave. Should see it's all right. He has 1 more year after this season on his contract. So and I just think he can do better than him. So I'm not give him Isaiah Bond, wide receiver out of Texas. Now we get the Seattle Seahawks. Got like some rotation guys at linebacker, really. I think they could definitely use a grade over Jerome Baker, Terrell Dodson, and he can also play some edge. So I'm gonna give him Harold Perkins out LSU. He's gonna be a good player. Then we get the LA Chargers. Sadly, all the top like potential Michigan draft picks are gone. They're gonna make them with Harbaugh, so I don't think that's gonna happen. J.K. Dobbins is doing good, but let me see. Did they bring him in on a 2 year deal or is it a 1 year deal? Let me look. So Dobbins is on 1 year deal. Gus Edwards. Edwards is on a 2 year deal. I think he's all right. And they're both injury prone running backs. I'm not giving some help running back. I think his Harbaugh loves his running game. So I'm gonna give him Ashton Denty, running back at Boise State. I got the Buffalo Bills here. I think they could definitely use some upgrade in their secondary for what they have. They could also use upgrade in their edge. Can use a corner, but I think that there's a big upgrade at safety over corner. So I'm gonna go number two safety. I'm gonna give him Kevin Winston Jr. at Penn State here. I'll get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, our team like I consider going edge Bills. Then Ducks they can really do number two edge, like or even number one if he's better than Yaya Diaby. Joel Tryon should be a rotation player. Should not be your main number two. So I'm gonna give him the Princely Mulian, the edge out missed. Oh, now we got the Indianapolis Colts again here. Drafted Will Johnson at their second overall pick. Like I said earlier, I don't think they drafted this high, but that's where they had him earlier. Still don't get that help in that period since the line, just because the running game's like terrible. I get some help, but I would love Kevin Winston here. Just get upgrade safety. I think it's still early for my next safety though. Sure, tight end with an Upland gone. Yeah, the outside. I'm not outside the draft in our corner. I think they've invested enough draft picks lately at edge. They're not going to draft another one. But I'm not going some help at wide receiver opposite Michael Pittman. They've lessened some draft picks, but they haven't done great. So I'm gonna give him Edward Stewart, wide receiver out of Oregon. Like Tennessee Titans, I would like to give him wide receiver here. I just don't think it's early for any of the other ones here. I'm not gonna do that. Drafted their Coldplay QB in the future. Too early for my next tackle as well. I like give him some edge help. I don't give him Jack Sawyer edge out of Ohio State. Now you Jacksonville Jaguars. They need some secondary help. Like I'm higher on Denzel Burke than Nick Morwari, so I don't do that. I don't give him some corner help. I don't give him Denzel Burke. Give him a corner opposite Tyson Campbell. Now we got the New York Giants. Their their whole offense is like terrible. It's not just a running game. They got back, so not threatening quarterback here. I'll give him some running back help though. Help now Carson Beck. I'm gonna give him Ollie Gordon, the second running back at Oklahoma State. Now we got the Chicago Bears. They could use some D line help, but let's how Jaron Dector's done doing so far. I don't think they would maybe try to wait a little longer. So I don't give some line help just because Nate Davis hasn't done great since he came. Von Jenkins is a free agent. Ryan Bates is dealing with injury. So I'm not giving Tyler Brooker to your offensive lineman Alabama. Now we got the Baltimore Ravens. Once again, like I said earlier, I don't think they're drafting this high. I think it's literally from a third running back off the board. This running back out's really good, but like three in the top 40, I think is a little much in consideration though. The offensive line, they had Justin Marabuke, they brought back Micah Pierce. I think Pierce is again up there. This team, like the things literally from next tier offensive linemen. Like this team, like they love having great defensive linemen. All right, so I'm gonna give him some help on tiers line. I'm gonna give him Walter Nolan elbow miss. So I think it's still early for my next tackle, and I think I don't think I'm gonna go through running back already. Now you got the Denver Broncos. Yes, Bo Nix does not look great. I would like to give him a receiver here, but help out Bo Nix, but it's too early for my next wide out. Thing is, they can also see corner. I also think it's a little high for my next corner. Like against the line help, I think they got some decent outside linebackers. I don't know. I think they could use some help there. They just don't have the great defense line like they used to. I like giving some help there. I'm not giving Patrick Payton edge out Florida State. I get the Carolina Panthers. Quarterback fell here. Miss out like that's what I was hoping for. They got a good player, number 6 in Hunter. The quarterback fell. I'm not giving Quinn Ewers out of Texas. Like, they just benched Bryce Young, so they obviously don't have too much trust left in him. Like Cincinnati Bengals. Waited a few picks. They got Chase Brown. They got Zach Moss. They're good number twos. I don't think they're good number ones. So I'm gonna give them a guy. But I think I don't do it. I'm gonna give him a guy I think can be a really good number one. I'm gonna give him Amarian Hampton, running back out of North Carolina. I think that's Cleveland Browns. Once again, two different extra receiver. They could tackles definitely consideration just because Derrick Wills is still a free agent, and even then, he's been injured a ton lately. So yeah, you know what? I'm trying to look. Who are some of these top players? You know what? They could use they got potential eventual replacement for Mikel. Excuse me, Devin Thompson. I'll give him a eventual replacement for Jadarius Smith here. I'm gonna give him JT Tuimau, Ohio State. I got Chicago Bears back on the clock. Third pick already. Our seventh overall pick was the Carolina Panthers' second round pick, by the way. If you were wondering why they had two second rounders, that is why. This is, I think, just because it's a little early. I don't get. I think they could go D lineman third round if one falls. I think it's too early for any of you guys next on my board. They got Bradington Byard. He's on a 20-year deal. Jerome Bishop's been good, so I'm gonna I'm gonna keep him by for another year and have this guy develop. I'm gonna give him Nick Murray, safety of South Carolina. Now we're gonna count this Cowboys. They too, and they could use some running back and wide receiver. Higher in the next running back and the next wide receiver. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give him running back Quinshawn Judkins, Ohio State. Been last couple of years at Ole Miss. If you're wondering where he was before, so I transferred this year to there. So now we got the Miami Dolphins back on the board. Um, who do I want to go? Too early. Still too early for the next team lineman. The good safety. They got John Holland. They got in Jordan Poyer, but he's older. Not as long as you play. But I don't do it. I'm gonna give him some their featured safety duo in Javon Holland and Xavier Namakba out safety out of Iowa. Now we got the Las Vegas Raiders. Too early. I think it's too early for my next running back. It's a consideration, just because the running game hasn't been the greatest. I just don't think they're gonna do that. They can definitely use a corner though outside Nate Hodge. It's a lot of draft picks. They haven't been great. So I'm gonna give him Maxwell Harrison out Kentucky. Now we got the Green Bay Alpacas back on the board. Linebacker, like they have Quay Walker, but they like having two good number linebackers. Like they had Devondre Campbell and Walker for a while. So I don't give him another good linebacker. I don't give him Dennis, the spin linebacker out of Oklahoma. I think the Detroit Lions back on the board. I think it's a good place for Tierford's line, especially if they got develop because they still got Graham Glass now. They have Ken Saitler. Both guys are getting older. Saitler's on a 1 year deal. So I'm gonna give him a little bit help, like having develop maybe for a year. Especially because Dan Campbell's loves their bruising running games. So I'm gonna give him a guy who can still help with that. I don't give him Dom Jackson, Tierford's line at Ohio State. Then San Francisco 49ers. I drafted them 2 years, their first pick. Definitely using our tackle, but did they use their first two picks of the draft on small linemen just because they haven't tested super high picks in linemen in the past? So I feel like their top two picks are now in the first and second round. And you know what? Like Brown Leonard Floyd, I think he's only a 1 year, 2 year deal. I think that he's getting older. That's just most close. I'm gonna give him a guy who can be a good number two edge opposite of Bosa. I'm gonna give him Ashton Gillette out of Louisville. Now we get to Washington Commanders. So yeah, it's a good thing the Niners didn't take a corner because then I think Commanders could use some help at corner. So I'm gonna give him Dan Stewart, Delaney, out of Virginia Tech. Now we get the New England Patriots. Like I said, I was hoping a tackle would fall to him in the second round, and it did. So I'm gonna give him a tackle, especially with Jeremiah Okafor potentially retiring. I'm gonna give him Josh Connerly Jr. out of Oregon. Now we get the New York Jets. I would like for if Quinn Ewers would have fallen here somehow. That would have been a great pick here. Honestly, didn't. No surprise because quarterbacks do tend to get drafted high. I still think they're not a goal quarterback. They could get a potential eventual replacement for Rodgers once he eventually retires. I just don't think Trevor Jefferson don't be that. So I'm gonna give him Jalen Monroe, quarterback out of Alabama. Then I get the Arizona Cardinals. Well, I would like to give him corner here. A little think it's a little early for my next. Yeah, too early for next corner. I would like to give him corner though. If it too early for my next edge as well. It's like their dominations and needs that I am already taken are too early for my next one. Unity into defense line help. Well, but I don't think they're gonna give some linebacker help here. How about that defense? Because their defense is just not it just is not good. I'm gonna Bear Car out of Clemson. Now get the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah. Yeah. They okay got Drake London. They brought in Darnell Mooney. Not that high in Darnell Mooney. Did not have a good number three either. And it's still early for my next corner. Too early for my. I think they could use some linebacker help too. I'll give him some extra receiver help out Kirk Cousins and eventually Michael Penix. And I'll give him Torrey Horton, Colorado State. Now get the Philadelphia Eagles on the board. They love edge help depth, especially Brandon Graham probably retiring. Too early for that for me. Or tier like the Adam McKevin, some of your deal. They had Tyree. They have Cam Jurgens. Jurgens has had some struggles. So I'm not giving some tier for line up. I'm not giving Ernest Green out of Georgia. Now we got the Kansas City Chiefs. I think I think they could definitely use some. Like, you know what? I'll say just because it's gonna be tough to pay all the guys they have from that 2021 draft class. They still have to pay Nick Bolton and Trey Smith. I don't think they'll be able to pay all both of them. So it's just who do I think they don't would not but have to let walk just because somebody's so tough to pay both. You know what? Just because I think you had Drew Tranquil, who's a good linebacker, but if Trey Smith leaves, you're gonna be struggling at right guard. So I think they'd be more valuable trying to keep Trey Smith and let if you let either of them walk. I don't think they're gonna try the best obviously not to let either of them walk, but I think if they're gonna do it would be Bolton. So I'm gonna give him Lander Barton out of Utah. Now we got the Houston Texans. Once again, like I said, their first round pick. Ryan's loves some good D line depth, but I don't think they're too early for next edge. Like I said, with Mixon, the first round as well, I think they without Mixon's been doing so far, if it keeps up, they wouldn't draft the running back in the first round. Also, they probably just don't value it that highly. But I don't do it. I don't do a second round. Liam Pierce has not been good since his rookie year, and Cam Akers doing their deal. So I'm gonna give him a future running back. I'm gonna give him Travion Henderson, running back Ohio State. And we got the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, I gave him a safety. I gave him Kevin Winston Jr. out Penn State in the first. I'm glad I like getting that help. I like to give him some corner up as well. It was a little early, early for my next edge as well though. I don't give him some. Obviously, I don't give him some Irish help. They have a lot of young players. So I don't give him another young player. I don't give him Deion Burks out of Oklahoma. Now we got the New Orleans Saints. The Lions actually look good so far. So I'm gonna give them some extra help in the D line just because they Colin Sanders has missed. I think both. He's missed week two. I think he missed week one as well. And then they're both stars in the 30s, and they got Brian Breesy. So I'll give him a potential guy that can be good opposite him, and I'll give him T.J. Sanders out of Cincinnati, South Carolina. Now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I don't think they draft like if they're not drafting a quarterback in the first round, especially when yours there. I don't think they're not drafting the second because I still think they're not stay with Fields. If they don't draft one in the first one, if there's one they like in the first. So I'm not giving some wide receiver help. They drafted Roman Wilson. They got George Pickens. Do not have much outside of that. I don't give them Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. Now we got the LA Chargers. Right? Good job, Quentin Johnson. You had a good week too. You had two touchdowns. Good for you. But they could use some D line help, but they could also definitely use some tight end help. Because a lot of these guys are 1 year deals. So I'm not giving that. I'm not giving Oscar Delp out of Georgia. Now we got the Seattle Seahawks. Keeps them there. You know what? Give James Jets. He's getting up there. I don't think Tim Ellis will be your future quarterback. I just don't. So I'm giving some quarterback help on like their future quarterback. You can let him sit behind Geno Smith potentially for a year. I'm gonna give him Drew Aller out of Penn State. Now we got the Bills back on the clock. Still a little too early for my next corner. I like to give him out there. I like to get some edge help. Like they got a great Risotto, the grades far. They do not have much opposite of him. Like Von Miller's not been good for him, so I'm not giving Danny Dennis Hudson Penn State. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mm. Like they've missed a lot of draft picks recently in the 2 year, but like they got but they can definitely use some creative left card. So I'm gonna give him Parker Brailsford out of Alabama. Now I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, and this uh, yeah. Could do some corner help. Still a little early for next corner. I'm gonna give him some D line help. Outside of Chris Jones, Derek Notty's not that good lately. I don't give him Dante Corione out of Cincinnati. Now we got Jacksonville, the Jaguars. They need some help at safety. They got Andre Cisco. They but they do got Darnell Savage. I just don't like Darnell Savage though. I just do not. There's things they could use. So I'll figure it over Savage. I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him Sebastian Castro of Iowa. Look at the New York Giants. They've invested. They got Kayvon Thibodeau. They traded Brian Burns. I don't think they're going to go on edge, at least this high. So they could use some. You know what? They need some wide receivers outside of um we're making neighbors. I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna give them Nick Anderson. Then we'll get the Carolina Panthers back on the clock. This team is just not good. It just is not a good team. They got a lot of weaknesses. Someone can share Hunter corner slash wide out. Didn't really have him. This is corner. So doesn't really go car receiver here. They got Taylor Motown. They got Ikon McQuanu. Neither of them have Kwanu struggled. Man, it's getting a little up there. I'll give him hope a good tackle for the future. And I'll give him Blake Miller out of Clemson. Now we got the Baltimore Ravens back on the clock. Come on, no. What? I haven't taken run back yet. I know give him rental like replacement for Henry. Got a guy can have a little power. I'm gonna give him Jaden out of California. Then we got the Denver Broncos. Yeah. You know what? I think they could use wide receiver help. They could also use some corner. I think they could use some more wide receiver help more. I give him Alec Amore out of Stanford. Now we got the LA Rams. First pick since the first round. I they have their team does not have good depth. But still, I don't know telling you Stafford will play. So I'm gonna give him some quarterback help. I don't give him Miller Moss out of USC. Then I got the Cincinnati Bengals. What they got PJ Hill and what did they bring in? What did they bring? They can use a little upgrade there. They some good depth. And I'll give them Demonte Capehart out of Clemson. Now we got the Indianapolis Colts. You know what? Generally, what he's missing this year. He had Dale injury for even when he was healthy, he did that great. Doesn't give them a future safety. Tight end, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna give him Luke Lackey of Iowa. Then we'll get Chicago Bears. They invested a lot in tackle. I don't think they would this early. But like close investing our day two pick, try just best draft picks and like until you get hit. I don't think they really have tons. I'm gonna give him Howard Cross the third out of Notre Dame. Now we got yeah, now we got the Dallas Cowboys. The theme like they are sure outside of CD Lamb. Brad Cook's free agent. So I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give Antoine Miles Jr. out of Ole Miss. Now we get the Washington Commanders. They need to upgrade at tackle. Like they need to invest around Dayton Daniels, give him some good help. I don't give him that. I don't give him Wyatt Millen out of West Virginia. But now we get the Las Vegas Raiders. Their running game's not been good so far. I'm not give him go run back. I'll give him Nick Singleton out of Penn State. I'll get a Green Bay Packers. Here, like it's too early for my next edge. We'll see, but probably might not see another edge for the rest of the draft here. Tier Davis a lot of picks. And yeah, some of my top players. You know what? I know this team doesn't have a ton of needs. So I'm gonna give them. You know what? They got in Xavier McKinney. They could use upgrade at the opposite safety, so I'm gonna give a Rob Moore out of Michigan. Now we got the New York Jets. Hmm. Ryan McWilliams. He's only a 1 year deal. A little early for the next wideout though. Tier defense line. Just seems like they're always seeing off the injuries though. So I'm gonna give him some extra protection for Rogers, and then eventually Morrell, and I'll give him tape on Edge out of Georgia. Then we got the San Francisco 49ers. They need a right tackle, and even then, against like McKivitz, Jerome is not getting younger. I'm not giving Josh Simmons at Ohio State. I got the Commanders back on the board. Too early for an next edge. Uh, I like to give them that just because they don't have our pick and they could use some help at edge. Gotten by Wagner. He's only a 1 year deal. But they have by Kirky. They had like having good two good linebackers. So I'm not giving that, but I'm not giving Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Now we got the Cleveland. Oh, now we got the Cleveland Browns. They think they could use a wide receiver opposite of Judy Cooper Leasoning. Then they could use a good number three, especially with Elijah Marvin free agent as well. And I'll give him Samuel Brown out of Miami, Florida. Now we got the New York Jets back on the board. I like to give him a receiver, but they just took the one that would take. The Browns did. This how it works sometimes. But they could use some. They could use an upgrade at safety. I'm gonna give him Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. Now we got the Arizona Cardinals. They too early for an next edge, so they could use some secondary. But I'm not giving Dorian Strong out of Virginia Tech. Cormac just kind of end up fun because teams have some bigger needs. That's just how it works sometimes. New England Patriots here. They won't have um Corn D Iron out of Alabama. He's going with the heart issues. Um, I'm blanking on his name, but they won't have him for next year. They should hopefully we'll get him back next year. Well, I'm not getting some Cornell. Like they got they got Christian Gonzalez. They got a good slot. Why am I blanking on names lately? Jonathan Jones. There we go. I'm not giving him some extra help in secondary. I'm not giving Jamar Muhammad. I get the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, still too early. Edge. Like they love their edge rotation. The Eagles do. They just have. I know. I think it's a good spot to invest in linebacker. Finally, I don't think they will super high. So I'm gonna give him Small Monday Jr. out of Georgia. Now we got the Patriots back on the clock here. Wow, it's been so long since their last pick. Two picks. You know what? You know what? I see her for next tier to help that line. I'll give him some tier Prince line help. I'm not giving Shamar Turner out of Texas A&M. Then we got that Kansas City Chiefs. You know what? They re-signed Noah Gray to do 3 year deal. I think Kelsey's getting up there. I just don't think Gray's gonna be your future star tight end once Kelsey retires. I'm gonna give him Tyler Warren out of Penn State. Then we got that Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Eric Armstead, Anthony Von Hamilton. He used a little upgrade opposite, right next to Armstead. So I'm gonna give him a Bear Alexander of USC. Now we get the New Orleans Saints. No, some quarterbacks are falling. Like they still have Derek Carr, but he's only on 2 year deal. He's in his 30s. So I'm not trying to keep on wrong. Well, you'll only have 2 years left after after playing this draft. So I don't give him Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. Now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, they re-signed Cam Hayward, but he's pretty old. Was 3 year deal, but like, do they really keep him for that much longer? Missing some picks and tackle. So I'm gonna give him some D line help. I'm gonna give him Nazir Stackhouse out of Georgia. And now we got the Houston Texans. You know, they could like my last year's look good. They had Derek Stingley. They don't really have a good third corner, so I'm gonna give him hopefully that and Quincy Riley out of Louisville. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks back on the clock. Like just like edge hasn't really been there, and they've had some other positions like value that I like better. But edge is I think it's a good pick for next edge. I'm gonna give him Jason McCullough out of Oklahoma. Now we got the LA Chargers back on the clock. Let's see here. You know what? They had that McConkey. They had Silicon Johnson to go week 2, but they don't really have much at number 3. So I'm giving Keenan Prather on Maryland. Now we got the Buffalo Bills back on the clock. We got James Cook, but they do kind of actually a little early for Donovan Edwards. I think he's not had a good year. He had a ton of injuries at linebacker at all. So I'm gonna give him Jamon Dumas Johnson out of Kentucky. Now I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back on the clock. Like they traded them on their top corners. Like secondary's not been greatest. I'm not giving some corner help. I'm not giving Jade Barron out Texas here. Look at the Minnesota Vikings, their second pick of this mock draft. They traded a lot of their picks for this last draft. But I did not like Donovan Edwards. He's just not been good. Like Jalen Ayer's been good. They still got Addison. They still got Justin Jefferson, obviously. But that interior offensive line, it just has not been great. Like it's been fine, but it's just not been good. Ingram's not been good. Bradbury struggles. So I'm gonna give him DJ Campbell out of Texas. Then we'll get the Miami Dolphins. Once again, like I said earlier, I don't think they would. I think unless Tua officially retires, I don't think they would draft a quarterback unless it's like in later rounds, just a developmental quarterback, not anywhere high. So I'm gonna give him some D line help. I'm gonna give him Jaheim Otis out of Alabama. Now we got the LA Rams. Yeah, they couldn't recover doing the injuries right now. But they're good at number two wide receiver, like number 3. That's out to number 3 when they're healthy. It's just get out of help. Can they ever seem to stay healthy for more than 1 year in a row? I'm gonna give him some corner help though. I give him Dalen Everett out of Georgia. Now we got the San Francisco 49ers. Like they've invested like some later picks to tight end, but I don't think they're gonna hit. Kittle's getting up there. He's in his 30s. He's gonna be 31 some at the end of the season. So I'm gonna give him hopefully the 10 in the future, and I'll give him Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame. But yeah, that's it for this mock draft. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good night. Come on, let me